On this episode of the podcast, Bunny Bennett is sick, so she's on the podcast via an iPad. So if her voice sounds a little weird, it's because she's sick at home through an iPad on the podcast. So let's start the Bennettarium. Hi, my name's David Michael Bennett, and I play the Spine in the band Steam-Powered Giraffe.
Hi, I'm Isabella Bunny Bennett, and I play Rabbit in Steam-Powered Giraffe.
Hi, my name is Brian Barberin, and I play Zero in Steam-Powered Giraffe.
I'm so sick.
Are you going to cough every time that I speak? Every time that I speak?
I did it for punctuation.
That's good. Every exclamation point, a cough, or a period.
This is our...
Or a comma.
This is episode 50-something or other. I can't remember.
We haven't done 100 episodes yet?
No.
Oh.
Like, we only did like one every week when we started because we didn't have any... We weren't working on an album or anything.
What do you get for like 50 podcasts? Do you get like a silver
we're down
plate?
to 6 a year, so it's going to take us a while.
All right. I mean, do we get something special when we get to 100?
We can quit the podcast. We don't have to do it anymore.
You know what? Honestly, podcasts should be limited to like 120.
Once we solve
We'll
the
have
murder.
the
I
Bennettarium
don't know why 120
2.
is.
When we solve the unsolved
It'll be a
murder
new
that
format.
we're discussing. You know, because that's a podcast do.
And then, should we create an unsolved mystery
Yeah.
in San Diego?
We should have sponsors. We could be making no money because we don't have a podcast.
Capri Suns? Can we be sponsored by Capri Suns?
It'd be a bunch of stuff like, here's a discount code to get yourself some underwear.
Some Capri Suns. Or whatever. I mean, whatever we choose to.
I mean, MeUndies, if we did get signed up, they are pretty comfortable underwears.
Really? I
Yeah.
want some new undies.
Hey, they're not paying us.
MeUndies, they're the most comfortable I've ever heard. Not paying us yet. The more you talk them up,
That's not how it works.
you got to butter them up a little bit, like toast.
Hey, let's jump right into these questions.
Yeah, let's jump. I'm jumping. I'm going to
Because
jump.
my energy is like, nah. I could do some funny stuff.
All right, take it away, buddy.
For your ear bones.
Take it away.
Hey, did you guys hear the one about the clown?
No.
It was pretty funny.
Oh,
He did clown things.
He was in a small car, and
I hear his pies.
he was in a car, and his friend 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 was in a car. That's my joke. It just lasts forever, and it's never funny.
Can you keep talking about it? I'm going to turn it down just a little
The
bit.
sleepiest podcast.
Oh.
Let's just all drift off into slumberland. If you're listening to this in your car, just close your eyes and really just take your eyes off the road for a second. Just whatever the car. Oh God!
Go to sleep, little baby. Na na na, na na na.
Okay. Bunny's turned down. Wait, what happened to my...
Everyone, we all got turned down. Doesn't it?
Oh my
Doesn't
gosh!
it? Well, I can turn you up over here if you like.
Turn up for what?
I guess they're all tied together, so I can't turn Bunny down. Wait. On the iPad. There we go. Wait. Keep
Wait,
talking.
I got
Oh.
it. I'll just turn this thing off.
Testing, test-a-rooney do. Test.
Wait, I don't know if
Test.
that's actually doing anything.
I don't know if I've said this, but I'm sick today, everyone, and that's why I'm quarantined and I'm not actually with the guys.
We
We
put her in this tiny box. It's the quarantine box.
Yeah, if you're watching the video version of this, I'm in a little iPad, but
If you're listening to it, she's in a tiny box, a very tiny box.
I think that's as good as I could do.
I think my meds are wearing off. I'm starting to feel real sick again.
Okay, questions. Okay, these questions come from our Patreon patrons. We've been collecting these since our last Bennettarium, which was in December.
Yes.
AJ asks, have you guys seen Has Been Hotel or any other bit of work by Vizizi Pop? If so, what's your opinion?
I have not. I have not seen any of that.
I started watching it. I haven't finished it, but it's pretty cool.
I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about.
It's like a sort of weird. It's like a cartoon that was done by a little bit of Kickstarted, I think, or something.
Ooh.
It's about like I think it takes place in hell. It's pretty good. Yeah, I mean,
I do
it
enjoy
looks
cartoons.
It reminds me of what's that guy that did Invader Zim?
The
Vasquez?
The Invader
something
Sim guy.
Vasquez or
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's impressive that they were able to fund this cartoon. You know.
Yeah, I approve all cartoon, all of them.
Yeah.
I want to watch them all.
Quinn asks, why doesn't the Spine's costume incorporate the tie he used to wear anymore? I know it's been years, but I can't think of a reason why other than aesthetic purposes.
Yeah, why?
Because a tie is really hard with makeup on your neck. That's why.
Explain it more in more detail.
I think most people see that when I don't have a show to perform. When sometimes I would take a tie and do it for like days where I was just taking pictures of people because I'm consciously not moving my neck.
Yeah.
That would ruin the makeup because the collar's
For
like.
sure.
And people say, well, what about a loose collar? And it's like, well, it's not that it's tight. It's just there's still fabric touching your skin all day.
Yeah,
so opening it up like only ruins it like up to I don't know, a little less of the neck. So I don't think I've performed on stage with a tie.
I don't think I've seen you with a tie.
Maybe once, like way back in the day, but there's definitely pictures of it because I've definitely done it for like promo photos and stuff. But for now, it's just. Yeah, I haven't yet done a tie for any promo.
I know you've never done a show with a tie because I would have tried to fix it for you.
Sure.
Like a good mother.
I went to Comic-Con with a tie one time with the Spine, but mostly it wouldn't work with my current costume because I put red on the collar, so
Yeah, and it's pretty
it'd be too much red.
Yeah. Would it? Maybe a black tie.
I think it looks good. I mean, it's also comfort too, you know.
For sure. I mean, I definitely feel less restrictive, and it's more skin exposed for.
Yeah,
breathability.
my costume is also pretty comfy right now, and it's just like I don't want tight, constricting costumes while I'm trying to perform.
Kelsey asks, is it okay if I read all these?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Please,
I'm
no,
enjoying
pass
this.
them to me somehow.
Yeah, here, read them from the.
Oh, I can
iPad.
actually read them. I can actually see it. Kelsey asks, was I Don't Have a Name for It written about Chelsea? Some of the lyrics remind me of her, and there's an emoji, but it just looks like a sun to me.
Oh yeah, it's a face without a mouth. It's that emoji.
Okay.
Wait, what is?
Yeah, it's that one.
It's like is it? It's anticipation.
Chelsea and I don't really feel comfortable about disclosing that kind of stuff. And since we haven't really said anything about that, it's more about I think we just want to keep it. We want to keep anything
For sure.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm not denying or saying it is. It's just if it's obvious to you, then maybe that's the case. If not, then then we're doing our job of not putting it out there.
Songs, whatever you feel. If you get those vibes, then bam, that's the vibes.
But I'll talk about some personal stuff but actual other people. I try to. I mean, if there's not much you can do because we're all kind of in the limelight a little bit.
Yeah.
But I definitely try to keep my personal life personal.
For sure.
Xenophilius Morris asks, what is the best part about your job as a band?
Playing the shows.
The band
as
part.
a band.
The band part, yeah.
Yeah, being up on stage, definitely.
I think,
but also talking to the audience afterwards is really rewarding. Just seeing how much fun everyone had,
sure.
and
yeah, I mean,
it's
going
great.
up on stage and then doing a show and feeling good about it, and then going and afterwards meeting people who actually enjoyed the show is like really
very
gratifying.
good things, yes.
And then of course you hear people's stories within the 5 minutes that they have to talk to you, whether
yeah,
getting autographs and
I do
to
like
meet a lot of cool people.
I do like a lot of the creative aspects of it, but I feel like a lot of the creative aspects is just like beginnings of work.
oh the. Just as a follow-up, the worst part is the other 90% of the band, which is not really. I'm just joking, but
the busy work, the makeup,
The business side of it.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, there's a lot.
I mean,
of stuff
I think the
that-
creative side of making album stuff that's pretty
that's
fun.
fun.
But there's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
like a time. There's always a bunch of work to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
For
like
all of us, in
it's-
some sense.
The creative is just like the first step of like a mountain of work that you're about to do. But that's not.
Oh, we never did
it's
the
not a
intro
terrible thing.
Bennettarium song.
Bennettarium.
Guess we'll have to do a double long outro.
Bennettarium.
Yep, you're singing it. You already wrote it there. Cool. Yeah, we're all in agreement on that. Great question. Grayson asks, and by the way, these are all Patreon patrons. I think if you're at the $10 level, you're
can
able
ask
to
questions.
submit questions, and that gives us a good amount of like questions
Yeah, for
to
sure.
go through every other month. Grayson asks, what's your favorite Vine, TikTok short video? Chelsea wrote a note here. Please tell them mine is back at it again at the Krispy Kreme. I have no idea which one is. She might have shown it to me. You know what? My favorite TikTok is the one I saw this morning.
Yeah?
But I don't actually have the TikTok app. I only see it on Reddit.
Me neither.
So I like see when people send it to me. So it's this cat, and it's laying down, and then the owner has like one of those brush mittens.
And he puts the hat on it?
But the music in the background is like a Mexican.
Yeah. That's
Are you
just like
filming
the
stuff for Patreon?
it's like the caterpillar, it's like the caterpillar. It was only funny when the music comes on.
Yeah, because
yeah.
Yeah. That one's pretty funny.
Yeah, that one too.
Tarzan boy.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, I also don't have an app, but I anything that makes it past everything else will also be on the anything else if.
We'll hear right now from Bunny's favorite TikTok. I'm filming this little video for Patreon.
I don't know. Like I don't like browse TikTok. I like you. I usually see it on Twitter.
I see it on Reddit
or Reddit or
as well, yeah.
Sometimes Imgur. Rarely, But I don't have any favorite. I mean, you guys listed some good ones. Like there's. I don't know. I can't really describe a TikTok that I've seen.
And or think of one.
I don't know. How about a lot of Will Sasso's vines back in the day were really funny.
Oh
Will
yeah, the lemons.
Will Sasso, underrated comedian. Let's get more Sasso in our lives.
Oh, by the way, we're recording double right now. I'm recording a video.
Wow.
For
anyone who
Patreon
can't see the video.
studio work. And then I'll explain to the studio work video on my phone.
Yeah, but you're also recording audio.
Bunny's quarantined,
For the stream.
iPad. We're recording Bennettarium
We're
right
recording
now.
a lot of stuff.
And
I'm
then-
recording stuff on my phone
And then
for
we're
personal
recording
reasons.
it that way. Anyways, confusing.
I mean, detective reasons. I mean, because the police told me to. I mean, because I'm wearing a wire. I mean, because
That band from the 80s?
a wire.
The Police.
Oh, the police. Oh, the police. The first white boy reggae band.
Okay, so this next question is from Finn. Maybe this has been asked before, and I was zoning out and didn't hear, but did you guys make the Gigi puppet yourselves or commission someone to make her for you?
Ooh.
Good question. And there's actually some on Patreon. We do have some photos of her while they were constructing her. I designed the concept art for it. And then they put it together. This was Geppetto's puppet shop. They do it for a lot of I don't know, like productions, plays, commercials. So they're really stoked to work on her. And she came out really great. I'm sure we'll go to them again if we ever need a puppet.
Or we need to send her back for a bunch of repairs. We've done a lot of repairs ourselves.
It might just be easier for them to just make a new one if they're. But yeah, she's getting up there in years. Like she travels a lot, so she's got some.
She has a lot of. It's just even though she's in a suitcase with padding and stuff. It doesn't.
Right.
After this many years, it's like we're not bringing like a.
She's
big,
a little beat up, yeah.
Because we're not. We could take extra care by buying one of the so she travels separately in like a really big padded case, but we can't. We have to like conserve space and make it. I mean, our luggage
It's a lot.
and it's gone up over the years too. Like it went down for a bit, but now like airlines, it's like it literally. I don't know. We're traveling with like 13 suitcases, and those are some of those suitcases are instruments, and it's like ends up being like $800 round trip, sometimes $1,000, because like they gouge you on the prices.
So she's gonna continue to take damage
Until we get our new raptor puppet full of raptors.
I should also say we rent a lot of equipment too, so it's not like we're bringing our whole show in suitcases. It's pretty much a one or a 1.5 for like merchandise. Then there's some costumes. And then there's some wireless equipment that we bring. So it's not like we're
not bringing the soundboard.
No, it's not like we don't bring a drum set or something.
A drum set,
it's just expensive. So that's like two bags each, which isn't that much.
Good question. I always like it when people ask about Gigi.
Good answer.
Next question is from Morgan. At the end of Dream Machine, where the astronaut/necronaut screams and laughs, who voices him?
That's a good question. It's actually both of us because I voice Commander Cosmo, but David voices the astronaut, which is basically the same person. So we both did a recording.
Yeah, I thought I would try to be the evil version. No, I don't know. That's just how the story worked out.
Yeah.
But
You were the alternate or the alternate Walter, but
It's kind of
it was
kind of like
just-
Mass
we-
Effect 3, where you have the little kid, the adult man, and
Yeah,
the adult
so it's
woman
both of our voices.
as the architect
Yeah.
or whatever the Matrix architect at the end. I don't remember. What,
All right.
I don't remember the
I
end of
think-
Mass
I don't know
Effect
if
3.
you did.
Long time
I think
ago.
you did a more normal voice, I think, and I did a creepier one. Because it's like if we both did the same voice, it would just be like, well, you just think that we doubled the.
Let's try it right now.
effect,
It'll be a little
so-
bit of a delay. Let's
Yeah,
say,
go.
I really like the Grand Canyon. There's lots of echoes. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. I really love the Grand Canyon. There's lots of echoes. See, so Bunny had
was
the
pretty
delay,
good.
and then I tried to sync up to her
That was
delay.
pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, because when you pause the delay, you're also delaying your delay.
So that means when we start the song, that's hard. She'll just have to dance while we sing.
No, it'll be great.
Wait, what song? There's
the,
a song?
the end song, the ending song.
We just missed the Bennettarium.
We're gonna
opening
play it,
song.
and you're gonna sing it.
Oh, right.
It'll be great.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Oh, right. That's right.
We had to play
We
as
do
it's
do
on a
that.
delay. Okay. Patrick asks, at the end of Dream Machine, what's the bit with all this? Wait, this is this. Wait, did we just have?
I was gonna say what?
Wait.
There's 2 Dream Machine questions. Really?
Yes, there are. One from Morgan and one from Patrick. Patrick says,
Wow.
at the end of Dream Machine, what's the bit with all the screaming about?
You know,
Isn't that the same question?
No. It's asking what it's about. Well,
I mean,
let's pop up that
it's-
timeline and read what we wrote.
wait. It's about that since the Vice Quadrant, we've teased at a sequel or something like a continuation
Oh, right,
in the
right,
last
right,
couple
yeah.
albums.
Yeah,
That's what they're talking about,
Even on
right?
Vice Quadrant, it has. Isn't it like at the very, very tail end of the album? There's also a teaser.
Yeah. Well, I think the Vice Quadrant. Yeah, it's in the Commander Cosmo was like, we're gonna need some heroes. Some heroes, sir. You mean like yourself or something?
I don't remember what we did. It was something.
Well, which hero should we get? All of them. And it was like our Marvel
Superman, Batman 2.
Avengers.
All of them.
End of the real dumb, real cheesy, but
Hulk
hey.
Hogan.
And
Movie?
those chains that he likes to rattle.
Captain Caveman, all of them.
all of them.
Me?
Not you, heroes. I said.
Great question. We'll read up on our own
Question,
story
yeah.
and figure that out for you.
Sully the pilot, all of them.
But if that wasn't if that wasn't a convincing enough answer, check out the Vice Quadrant timeline. It actually highlights the names of songs, so you can kind of know where each song fits into the story timeline. It's like a
Yeah.
little multimedia companion piece with it.
Vice Quadrant timeline.
You can find it on our
Sam did the
website.
art for that.
www.vicequadrant.
Or actually, it
Conundrum.com.
links to it on our store if you go to the Vice Quadrant CD album. Okay, Lobster Jess asks, will Steam Power Giraffe do another live and Unplug YouTube concert in the future? It's one of my favorite things you guys have done, and I would love
I
to see
think we
more.
will. We've
Yeah.
been talking about it a little bit when things calm down and stuff.
We
you know?
wanted to do one at the end of next year, but we were just thinking with all the album work, we were like,
So
we
hot.
can't really squeeze
Yeah.
it in with the shows and stuff. So, I mean, it would be cool to do it with the album, but the way things are going and how busy we are with all that, and then the few shows we have, I think we're probably gonna have to wait till we're done with. the
Yeah, we
album.
have so much going on.
Of course, we do want to work on something else after this album, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, like definitely like once we're done here. We're
But
gonna
if we want to do extra
do a new
stuff,
project or
we
something.
definitely can't be always working on an album.
Yeah.
Because then we wouldn't really have time for other than music. 'Cause
Yeah, but that's why you do an album and then you're done with the album for a second. And then
Yeah.
Then you do another.
Yeah, we're not gonna go right into the next. I mean, we probably will. We probably will start working on the next album, but like we're not gonna
Emotionally.
like.
yeah,
Yeah, we'll
It'd
start
be-
thinking about
It'd
it.
be weird from now until we're 60 to just
But
always
I
always be
think
working
we're-
on the next music
We're
video.
definitely gonna be planning. We're gonna be planning for the intermittent,
Which is fine, which is fine, but-
Do a fun project that
I
make.
can watch my life pass before me.
every video, every single.
I've gotten so old. I've gotten.
But
Look at
honestly,
me
like this has been
age.
great.
Well,
Like,
it would
just-
probably be an overload of music videos if we kept coming out with that many to every. I mean,
For
I'm sure
sure.
fans would love it, but
No,
I think
no,
we
no.
would take a break for a while.
I like
and-
the work. How we're doing it. It's pretty effective. It's a little tight here and there, but like, because we're trying to get them done in 3 months. All it takes is like, well, I'm sick, or
Oh, yeah.
like someone's gone, and it's like suddenly you lose 3 weeks.
So
like,
the-
there's
so-
that. But
So yeah, the
overall, it's
3 to
pretty
4
well.
months right now is a lot of time, but then when stuff comes up unexpected, then it's not. So we were lucky the first 2 times, I think. Even though we set up pretty hard, we had a little less time.
The last one was pretty hard. This one's gonna be pretty hard.
When we have like concrete dates, and then there's people getting sick and stuff, like that's really tough. Even with 3 to 4 months, just because. If it was just the music, sure, no problem. But with the music videos, we have to time the releases, so it's not like, if we can just wait around and we have all this stuff done. We're literally like putting the final touches on it as we send it out because we don't want people to have to wait.
True.
Totally.
Because we eventually want to release the album, so we'll see what happens. But we have a little bit of leeway, except for the one for December because we wanted to get it out before the end of the year. Rachel asks, if you were asked by a real producer to have one of your songs be the theme song. I added that. I'm sorry. No, it didn't say like real.
My.
Real producer to have one of your songs be the theme song for an upcoming TV show with royalties and whatnot. Would you do it? Yes. Hands down.
Totally.
Steam Powered Giraffe is not above selling out. I mean, we've already grown it from the grassroots, so it's not like people would be like, they only got popular because of this. Like, no, I mean, we already have a following. It doesn't. I think we've proven that we care about the act.
Yeah, for sure.
So if someone wants to use their song in a Pepsi commercial, go right ahead. That way we can
Pepsi,
continue making her other
new Honey Pepsi. Honey Pepsi.
Is there Honey Pepsi?
No, but that would be the ad that we had.
What if this sparks
Get
that?
PepsiCo on the phone.
Honey Pepsi does sound delicious.
Pepsi with honey.
Pepsi with a honey flavor.
You know
wow.
what sounds even better than Pepsi Honey? Pepsi Coke. Wait, no, I mean
Coke Honey.
Coke Honey. I was going to say Pepsi Coke.
You know what's
just go
better?
together.
You know what sounds better than that? McDonald's Coke
Honestly,
Honey.
Coke would probably taste better with honey because it's not as sweet,
Yeah, but
You're right. That's what I was thinking. Pepsi's so sweet and ugh.
yeah, but Coke nice and bitter.
Yeah.
Yum.
Anyways, all I'm saying is I only drink water. So
Sometimes I'm feeling like a Pepsi. Sometimes I'm feeling like a Coke.
That's not a
Wait,
song.
what
Mostly it's Coke Zero. Coke Zero is my jam.
Yeah, but that's also peanuts. So wait, feel like a nut? Sometimes you don't. It's a peanut thing. We also sell it to peanuts, honey nut peanuts.
Man, it sounds like from that you're saying something completely different
Honey nut
on my end because it's a little bit more muffled.
Speaking of producers,
Peanuts, you say?
Yeah,
we
it's
probably
peanuts.
only had like one semi-producer approach us, but they weren't interested. I think it was a little early on, and they said we were too out of left field or something.
Why did they?
You're absolutely right.
Why did they approach you?
When
They
did you
approached
hear that?
just to tell you that, like, hey,
Someone like recommended us. It was like without our
okay,
knowledge
alright.
or something, and I just heard it through the grapevine, like, and it was like an email or something. So I was like, oh, that's weird. So yeah, no, we've never been approached. So no one's ever been interested. Not Disney, not anyone, ever.
Well, Disney. What are you talking about? Disney's been interested. They just haven't like hired us for.
Well, no,
a song. For that specific thing, but we've gotten tons of interest for other things.
Sure. They wanted us to perform at Halloween, but unfortunately we can't. We can only perform one place on Halloween, and that's not. You're a good fit for Halloween. Like, well,
Disney's been courting us
great.
since like.
Why would we choose
like
Disney
20
over an actually paying gig?
yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
it's 3 times the work for none of the money.
Yeah, for basically.
Disney was following us since like 2012.
Yeah. Well, I
Like,
mean, we did it. We did the thing that they wanted us to do.
We did it. We did it,
did
and then some. We did it and then some for sure. We put in.
They weren't disappointed, but they haven't asked us back.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, for
What is your
Halloween.
problem?
For Halloween, they did.
Yeah, and we couldn't do it.
But why? But we could only. They've only asked us back for Halloween.
Okay, yeah, because that's the holiday months. But their whole thing has been up in the air now.
Yeah, I thought the stage was gonna close.
It's like in purgatory right now.
It didn't.
No, I mean the hotel stuff stopped, but
Yeah, but a lot of those like rainforest cafes kind of closed down. It's like kind of shoddily so, like because they were gonna build that Avengers Hotel or whatever, but then they changed their plans, and so now it's just kind of like all those shops around the stage are kind of closed. The Earl of Sandwich is still open, but like
yeah, the only
the
thing
ESPN
I've
zone is
seen
gone.
on that stage is pretty much the normal acts. Like they have DJs on certain
Yeah.
days of the week and stuff. So there's only like there's not too many big like bands.
No,
there.
my homies on the side of Future play there every once in a while, but they're like they're from LA, or they're from Anaheim, anyways. And they're like a funk like boy band. They're a perfect fit for something like that.
Yeah. I mean, we were the only thing that like was different. I mean, I think the closest thing would probably be there was a Beatles cover band that does do the costumes and stuff. But they did like Tomorrowland, but then they started doing this stage. But I haven't seen them on the roster in a while either.
It looked pretty dead the last time I went there. I don't think they're gonna focus on.
It's also a weird place traffic-wise for the park because, like, the only people going over there, like, the people are leaving with the shuttles, and the only reason they go down there is if they're going to one of the shops from the park.
Or you're stopping in just to go to the shops.
Yeah, so it's pretty much only if you're in downtown Disney because if you're going to the parks, you bypass that whole area.
100%.
Unless you're one of the people who just likes to park downtown Disney and walk into the park, I guess. But I don't know who does that because don't you need, like, different parking validation or something? I don't know.
I sure don't do that.
But it was...
But I haven't been to Disney.
We got pretty good reception when we were there for how many years ago that was.
It was fun.
Firefeather has a 2-part question. We'll see if this is going to be
Firefeather. We'll see.
How does it feel to finally line up a show in Portland? Is there anything you're all trying to see, do, eat while you're there?
See everything and eat everything and do probably as much as I can, but I don't know that we're gonna have that much time. That's the thing. Is like
we never have
we never have time to like really do much.
But we could probably like go and get a bite to eat.
We're definitely gonna be scoping out some food around the place, but it's what's drivable. Like you gotta get like
everyone always says like, oh, you should go here, and I'm like, sometimes we can, but most of the time it's just like we're in and out. Like
we fly
hours,
in and we're exhausted, so we'll eat a dinner or something, and then we go to bed. We wake up, put makeup on, do sound check. Do all that, do the VIP stuff,
and then get
do the show.
Whatever food is open at like 12 o'clock. And it's whatever you can eat at that point.
So and then
you wake up in the morning, and you're back on the plane.
We do autographs, and then we go back to the hotel at 11 p.m. or something.
That's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous. Like what's open at 11? It's like pizza,
and then we get on a plane in the morning, and we're done. So there is no time to do anything.
Yeah. But I am excited to go to Portland because I love the idea of Portland. I guess I've never been there.
I've been to Oregon, but
I'll be to Oregon for sure.
I've definitely not been to Portland.
Been to a bunch of places in Oregon, but never been to Portland.
Steamboat Draft's never been to Oregon.
That's cool. I think so. I think it's cool.
Ticket sales are doing well.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good show.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thanks.
That theater looks really cool.
For buying tickets and going.
So yeah, it'll be cool to see some Portlandites out there. Is that what you guys like to be called?
Firefeather, you coming? You gonna show us some places?
I gotta catch up on Portlandia to. Get my joke.
Get the history. Catch the history of Portland.
I remember some people. This story goes nowhere, but since I already started telling it, I'm just gonna finish it. How
often do you have that thought? You're like, oh, I'm gonna tell the story, and like, oh, it goes nowhere, but you just keep on going. So and you're like, maybe I can craft a good ending for this story.
So a few years ago, it wasn't the last time we were there. I don't remember when it was, but we were performing a show in Seattle, I think. No, Everett, Washington. Okay. And some people from Portland came up to visit us, and they were like, "Oh, we're from Portland." And I stupidly made a joke from Portlandia. And I'm like, I love that show.
Like that.
And they were like, "I hate that show." And I'm like, "What?
What joke was it?"
I don't remember. It wasn't an insensitive one. It was just like a reference. And then I probably said something to the effect of like, oh, it's from Portlandia. Do you get that a lot? And they're like, we. And you can just tell that they had no interest in talking to me after that. We talked before that about something else, but and they just kept moving. And I was like,
that's like someone coming to us and saying an Anchorman joke.
Like, no, it isn't. It totally is not.
Same.
Because it's about a whole dang city.
But it's the only thing that people know about that city is Portlandia. Like,
if anyone's living in Portland doesn't think that represents them 100%, they're wrong. Because it totally. I haven't even been there, and I know that's what it is. I'm joking, but you know what I mean.
Well, I can't wait. I can't wait.
I know people from Portland.
For sure.
It's a hipster.
Yeah, it's a hipster.
Well, I know
paradise.
And that's the reason they don't like it is because they're all hipsters.
I don't know. I mean, I know there's been controversy over that show too, but I mean, I don't. If we get hate mail, well, the whole the bookstore thing, the bookstore didn't want them to do that joke because they didn't like it making fun of the natural. It's that women and women first bookstore.
Yeah.
And but it's weird because they're not making well, whatever. I'm not going to defend some of the people.
Yeah, who cares?
It doesn't matter.
I
Who
wasn't
cares?
really offended.
That's
but I don't
Portlandia
know
was
if
on
I-
for seasons and it did well, and then they
I like
and then they had-
Portlandia. I haven't finished it, but
and then
I like-
some people didn't like it. The end.
I like Fred Armisen though. I like him.
he's great. He's in a couple new shows now. I gotta catch up on.
I like that. What about men? Video they did.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like it's just a bunch of
Oh
guys.
yeah,
like-
what about men? Yeah. Oh, that was good. Okay. All right, I remember now.
Okay, Hoyden asks, my son asks, if Gigi could eat, what would she eat? He's very concerned about this. I just assume she ran off of oil and the tears of her captive, very bored audience.
Yes, the
This sounds like a question for Bunny.
tears are
Well, I
part of her
mean,
diet.
she does. We do know for a fact she's trying to eat Keisha, so I don't.
So she's human flesh. She has a taste for human flesh.
I don't know. No, I mean, if she could eat, I mean, she probably can eat. It's probably just not good.
I always thought it was going to be like cats, like Alf or something.
Yeah, but that's
Oh.
like that's sad.
I know.
People like cats usually.
Okay, dogs.
What if it's shrubberies?
Dogs are also beloved. Yeah, I don't know what she'd eat. Cupcakes.
It would probably be something decadent, I would imagine. Like it's more about the idea that this food is for the gods.
It's like a balut or something, or that
ambrosia.
like that bird you have to eat with a napkin over your face.
What?
Are you sure that's not the napkins on top of the bird?
Are you sure? Are you sure you're not just picking up people's food off their plate when they're done?
Well, you said decadent.
It's a
I was like,
piece of chicken
what's an
that someone put a
expensive
napkin
meal?
over.
Something with
Caviar
with truffles on it.
Straight. She only
Yeah,
eats
truffles.
black truffle oil.
Both the dessert.
Maybe she
truffles
just
and,
wanted-
and the savory. truffles.
maybe she just want to eat what giraffes eat to be more like a giraffe.
Acacia trees.
Yeah,
I think she wants to eat impractical food,
Yeah.
like pork rinds or
like
styrofoam.
like solid gold cupcake or something.
Or that-
yeah, that sounds more like her.
Gigi's really complicated.
Eat the Ark of the Covenant.
she really
It's like,
is.
Gigi, you can't eat the Ark of the Covenant. Watch me.
What?
No.
Look away. Look away.
The Declaration of Independence.
We'll never know how she did it, but
All right, I like that. I like that answer.
Gigi's just called in to eat things.
Yeah, like an old pharaoh. Oh, beef turkey.
she's like Zoidberg. I wonder if what the Shroud of Turin tastes like. Even though that was debunked to be like a fake or something. But
Ava asks, if you were a Pokemon, what would your name be? David Mon.
dude, Brian Mon, Bunny Mon.
Yep, there it is. The simplest is the funniest.
But isn't that more of a Digimon thing where you go Mon?
No, Pikachu,
Pikachu.
Charmander, Squirrelmon,
Pokemon.
Bulbamon,
Pokemon. That sounds like a spice.
David Mander.
David Mander. Bulbasaur. Wait, is that an actual one?
You had to put your name in it.
Yeah. Barbasor. Barbasor. Barbasaurus.
I really like Whale Lord, but David Lord doesn't have his own ring.
Barbershop.
Whale David.
Whale David. Is that how you say it? How do you say it, though?
I don't know. I don't think he makes it. I don't think he says his name. I think it's just like a big whale sound.
Who doesn't? Oh, well, then what's your whale sound? What does it sound like?
Whelmer.
Oh, that's
that.
pretty cool. Dan, can I change mine? Whale Brian.
I wish you all well, wherever life takes you, whales. Hope you
I don't like
eat
whales anymore.
lots of fish and make lots of whale kids.
Sweet.
Everyone in the chat is in agreement that Pepsi honey doesn't sound too bad.
Oh, see? I mean, Coke.
Pepsi what?
You mean Coke, honey?
Pepsi honey.
Honey Pepsi you're talking about?
I heard they're making it.
Can we get money from that?
Yes.
How do we get money from this?
They use
thing you
our
said?
they use our song and our idea, and then
Yeah, but can we also get like royalties?
well,
from
they're
the-
definitely listening to us right now, and
Yeah.
they're using it to make that.
our podcast that has hundreds of views every month.
Oh, no, our cell phones that have just one listener.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's how they get all their ideas. A lot
CIA
of people
agents.
talking about this honey Pepsi.
Yeah. Ah.
Sounds like something we should have.
You know, there's gonna be an ad for it on Instagram when I look
There
at it
probably
later.
there probably is like a honey Pepsi in some other country that it's just not marketed here or something. That sounds like something that
In what country?
I don't know. There's probably a honey version of a soda.
What country loves honey a lot?
I don't know. Just not America.
Malaysia.
That sounds about right. I'll start that rumor. You can get honey Pepsi in Malaysia. That sounds almost believable, you know.
And everyone, Amazon's like, well, there's a lot of upticks for people searching for
Malaysian
honey Pepsi. I don't think that exists, does it? We gotta buy some.
Sure does.
Mora asks, if you had to be a different character in the SPG universe, who would you pick and why?
Brian.
Steve? No.
As a character?
I don't want to be on stage. Wait, and then I have to do a lot more work.
Brian's not a character.
I want to be Bebop. I want to be Bebop.
Right? Yeah, Bebop.
Hey, robot, shut up.
That's all it does. That's actually not bad. We should retool Bebop.
Hey, shut up. Shut up, y'all.
Hey, robots, that sounds stupid. Sing a song.
What is that, his music?
That's me like leaving. That's whenever I move.
Yeah, Bebop and QWERTY would be pretty good. What about QWERTY?
No, I want to be Bebop.
No one wants to be QWERTY.
You be QWERTY.
Yeah, Bebop is really
You be QWERTY.
Bebop.
Gross.
That reminds me.
QWERTY, gross. Actually, he's my best friend in the show for sure. Actually, I don't know. Bebop might be. I don't know. QWERTY might be. No, QWERTY's Steve's best friend.
How you doing, Chewbacca?
Chewbacca. Hey, Chewbacca.
Good to see you, Chewbacca.
Good to see you, Chewbacca.
It's almost like he's saying Becca.
Han, old buddy, old Becca.
And it's not even, it's Han, but Han.
Who are you talking about?
Solo.
Billy D. Williams.
It's Han Solo, right?
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca.
Good to see you, Chewbacca.
Chewby, punch it.
Did he say Chewby punch it? I don't remember that.
Punch it, Chewby.
Did he say that?
No.
Chewby.
Hey, do you need an inspirational speech?
It's Kybo Ren, and he's brought his Kybo crystals.
I when I was at Disneyland a few weeks ago.
You saw Billy D. Williams?
No, but I saw, yes. But
did you get one of those Kybo crystals?
It was in the Kybo. It was in the what's that? Star Tours. So obviously Star Tours is now New Star Wars, which is the worst Star Wars. I mean, just putting that out there.
We're all just in agreement.
I agree. I think New Star Wars is the worst Star Wars.
I mean, it had potential.
It's the most disappointing Star Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's including the prequels.
Yeah, I know. I
At least the prequels had some cool fights.
To be fair, the prequels are still. I don't know. We don't need to discuss.
Yeah, we don't need
to lose fans because people don't agree with us.
I mean, it's
we love everything you do.
Look, here's the thing. At the end of the day,
we like cheeseburgers just
I don't
like
care.
you.
I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna argue it. I don't care. I just don't care. You like whatever you want. Like, good.
Yeah, of course.
I'm glad you like it. There's a lot of things that I do like about it, but overall, I'm just like, don't care.
We can look at the box office. That's pretty obvious.
It's only making.
Just think. I mean, the last like Star Wars came out, and like no one had talked. I haven't talked about it with anybody. Like, not a single human being was like,
no one
did you
shit.
Did you see it? It was like, I don't know. Like, I haven't had a conversation. No one was angry. No one was like excited. No one was like, oh man, I can't believe. I was just like, well, that was a thing.
Then I played that new Star Wars
game. I guess
game.
for
like,
free
okay.
to stop hating these movies.
Anyways, we've talked about it. Now we're talking about it.
Why are we talking about this?
I don't know.
Oh, SPG Universe. Okay, so we all want to be
I don't know.
Bebub.
You were talking about.
No, I want to be Bebop. I called it.
His name is Bebub.
Bebub.
We were talking about something that you did. I don't know. I said Kybo crystals.
Wait, did I ever finish my story?
You had a story
no,
to
you
tell.
didn't. You were talking about the
story that doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, wait, Star Tours and New Star Wars. Oh yeah, New Star Wars is the worst Star Wars, and then
shoot, man, I don't.
You never were you talking about Lando Calrissian? How he appears in the Star Tours?
Yes.
So you did see Billy D. Williams?
Yes, he was in a little hologram on Star Tours. And he's like,
yeah, I wrote that one.
Hey,
is that where you have to go to the Death Star ruins? Is it the one?
So sad to see Han Solo die. What? Sorry, what was that?
The one with the Death Star ruins that you go into?
Yeah. So I turned to Camille and like, look, it's your favorite Star Wars movie because it was the worst.
Which one was the worst?
The last two, I guess.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter.
I just want Billy D. Williams to say, "Where's Chewbacca?" to me every day now.
I'm kind of stealing how he says it from a Conan podcast. Who was on it? Was it Jordan Peele?
Well, it's very funny. Either way,
he talks about meeting. Because I think there was
when he says in the movie, like, when is it like who asked him, like, how did you do it? Was it Poe or something?
Yeah. Oh, we all got together.
Well, we had each other, and like,
You weren't even there.
Out your friends.
He wasn't even there. He showed up. Well, they had to have him. They had to have him say it because they killed everybody else.
I have to write the time down.
Oh, I'm sorry. Damn it. I forgot.
It's 12:46.
I said a bad word.
41 minutes in.
41.
I said a bad word. I'm sorry.
I thought I was going to get to go to bed.
You see what happens when you bring up Star Wars? See what happens?
41 minutes.
But it's because they killed off all of the Star Wars characters, so they had to have. They're like, oh, Lando's still alive. He'll say something inspirational. I was like, no, I don't want to see that. Anyways,
we all want to be Bebop, basically, Mara.
Bebop and or Rocksteady, whatever one
That's it.
you want.
Kendi asks, what was the most complex song you guys have written?
I mean, wasn't for a while. What's the one that we just finished?
Hot on the Trail?
Transform was pretty difficult.
I don't know if it was hard to write, but it was hard to get all those genre changes and make it look as cohesive as it was.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to write something acoustically, I think, even with key changes. But that's a lot of different harmonies, a lot of different stuff going on.
For sure.
Just
it's
getting
hard to play. It's
almost like it was almost like making 4 separate songs in the middle, you know. And of course, the actual orchestra stuff that's in the rest of the song was also a lot of work too. But man, that song took a lot longer than most other songs,
sure
at least for the album version. But as far as complex songs go, I think anything that has a lot of harmonies is probably pretty difficult to make.
Nice. Nice.
Oh God.
Kazoon. Excuse
Next questions.
Hope. We have 2 more. Hope asks, "What's your favorite place you've performed so far?" Well, I'll just do the unpopular opinion and say any local shows are definitely the easiest for us because you have more energy.
There's so many great places we've performed, so it's hard. Every new place feels like an accomplishment, but I don't know. Even though we just talked about this, but Disney, even though it's not our most successful shows, it was still really cool. It was to actually achieve that.
40 degrees outside.
There were some cool shows at the Engine Shed in the UK.
Though that's a pretty nice venue.
I think I judge a show just not based on the venue. I think it's based on the actual show, what I remember from that show, and it's mainly what happens on stage.
I mean, Dragon Con, when you see that many people,
unforgettable.
That was
sure.
I never seen that many people before. Definitely the most people that has seen us in one room at one time.
That's an unforgettable experience.
In 12 years,
for sure. That's
wild. It'd be just based on how big Dragon Con is. We had a shot at that the first time we went, but just because due to technical stuff.
I feel like I tell people that, and they're like, I'm sure. I'm like, no, there was 2 ballrooms full of people.
It was huge.
From the get-go to the very end, and
we do a lot of shows, guys.
And we're not saying we were the. Obviously, there's other bands there, and they were getting
cool experience.
Good, a bunch of people too, but
it was a cool experience.
Us being able to get that many people in a room, because you can't fit that many in any of the venues we performed at.
It's wild.
I don't know how it sounded from the back, but didn't really matter. I guess because we couldn't hear.
They stuck around, so must have not been that
bad. So yeah, I think the only bad ones on the other side of this question is any time that either the event organizer just falls through and a lot drops on us, and then you have angry fans or something like that. They're like, "What? Why didn't the time start in right?" And because they advertised the time wrong, and then they told us a different time to start at, and stuff like that. But usually when the shows are all of them are magical in their own ways. Even venues that have crappy sound systems and stuff. Because memorable doesn't always necessarily mean bad.
No.
Or I mean good.
Good.
Well, wait.
Or either way, it doesn't.
It said favorite.
Well, I think it does.
I guess for the question, what's your favorite? I really liked the big train in what was that in Illinois? Was that that festival we did 2 years in a row?
Maybe I wasn't there. I don't know.
Yeah, you went to one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Was that in Illinois or somewhere else?
Wait. Ballyhoo?
The Ballyhoo, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
They don't do that event anymore, I think, or at least that specific weekend.
It was hot, though.
Man.
I remember sweating.
It's weird to be hot outside at night.
Yeah. But I do remember having a lot of fun at that show, and then I remember also having a lot of fun in that little town in general. Like, that day was really fun.
Yeah, it was kind of basically like one of our towns here, like Old Town or La Mesa or something. Like, it had a quaintness to it.
I like that. Cool.
So here's another question. We couldn't figure out if it was the same user. That's what Chelsea said in this note. So usually we only answer one question, but just in case there's two different Finns on our Discord, wouldn't the username pop up? Well, whatever. I didn't write these ones. We'll answer anyways. Finn asks, if you were superheroes, what would be the name of the reporter who finally found out your secret identity? That's an interesting question. You're just like, what power would you get?
I know.
Billy by the Bookston.
I was going to say Boxley.
Scooper McScoopington.
Oh.
Oh, man, I like Scoops. Scoops. His name is Scoops.
Scoops, you better not reveal my identity.
Boxley? No! That's right. I knew it was you the whole time.
I have to kill you now, Scoops.
Mitt Romney. I don't know why.
I've got a hot new story on Chewbacca.
Billy D. Williams.
Becca. It almost sounds like he says Becca.
Chewbacca. Hey, Chewbacca.
How you doing, Chewbacca?
How you doing, Chewbacca? Yo, you scruffy. Hey, wait. Didn't they have him fly in the Falcon in the trailer, and then he doesn't do it in the movie?
He does. He's the guy that shows
you
up
see
at
the
end
movie?
with all the...
I don't remember.
Yeah, because that movie is throwing so much at you, and it's like, we don't know if we're sorry for the last one or if we're trying to appease the people who did like it.
Oh no, they knew exactly what they were.
They were doing middle ground.
They were very sorry for the last one, and then they're like, "Oh, this should have been in the second one because this is what JJ's story was. Here's some characters that don't mean anything, and here's a medal for Chewbacca because he didn't get one in the first movie, and then what else didn't happen in any other movie?
Actually,
Someone gets a hug."
In one of the comics, he gets it post-mortem.
What?
Is that because
like when he dies?
Wookiees are kind of modest?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I know, but I'm saying like that's
Why didn't he get one?
in the movie. Whatever.
Because they forgot, and then they made up an excuse late down the road.
It's just like with how JJ
He did get it. It was under his fur.
how JJ missed the opportunity for like Chewbacca to mourn Han Solo as well, which I feel
care.
like
He's like,
They did it in the sequel,
what?
at least.
Yeah, but
Where
but it's like
Leia
but it was
Chewie-
like but it was like a makeup. It was like I'm sorry I didn't do that. Like here's this moment. Like which is like I mean the whole situation.
Honestly, that's
anyways, we're
kind
talking
of
about Star Wars again.
It's always a good time to bitch about Star Wars.
that's all our questions. Congratulations, everyone. We did it. We got through 2 months worth.
My goodness, Chewbacca.
Cool. He did it.
I know,
What else is-
buddy,
what
old
else is
pal.
new?
Hey, so now that we did the questions,
Yeah.
let's do some recap since it's been
Okay,
it's been a while since the last Bennettarium.
Okay, so I showed up a little bit late. Then we talked about nothing. We didn't miss the song.
Star Wars.
We did
Star
talk
Wars in
about
there.
Star Wars a couple times. 3 or 4 times, as a matter of fact, we talked about Star Wars. Then we answered some questions. We answered questions. We rambled on more about Star Wars, more than we should have. And now we are here at this moment where we're recapping.
I believe at the end of December we had already recapped that we had a show in
Well, we did one in
Bakersfield.
January, right? Oh, yeah. No, you did one in December. You're right.
And then and we haven't had a show since then.
No.
Nope.
And we will have one coming up. It's February 29th, Leap Day.
So we had a show in January?
No, we had
No.
It was December, right?
December.
And there's still some seats left on that one. But the sales are doing really well for that one. So probably
Yeah, didn't the VIP tickets sell out in a matter of days?
we usually we base how many tickets we put of each tier based on the numbers of people from past shows, and there's definitely an increase. So I think it's pretty safe to say that the new music videos are definitely either reigniting people to come see us, or we're getting new fans, or both. So
yeah, that's great.
So that's really cool, especially Portland, because
Yeah.
we have no idea what to expect when we go to a new place. But really happy to see that
Good sign.
we'll have at least 2 people in the audience.
And they're going to have the show of a lifetime.
So yeah, we have the Leap Day show. We have a Portland, Oregon show. Those are the only ones we have announced. The Portland, Oregon show's in May. look at our calendar for the date. Chelsea's not here. I can look it up.
I could also look it up.
It's May 23rd, Portland, Oregon.
It's May 23rd, Portland, Oregon.
Are those glasses you just put on?
They're glasses that are they're also computers.
Oh, okay.
That's my computer screen.
Sure they are.
Let me just.
Those are some tight glasses.
Any other dates you want to look up? I'll go look them up on the glasses.
When is Brian going to die?
Looks like Tuesday. Got it penciled in for
Tuesday. When?
For a Tuesday? I don't know.
Wow, every
Tuesday.
I won't schedule any album work.
Hey,
for you on Tuesdays.
get prepared.
Just in case you like croak in the middle of it. Why are we talking about this? This is morbid.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Why did I bring it up?
I don't know. I do play a ghost in a new show that I'm doing, so
really?
I do make a lot of jokes about death.
I don't know if Ghost Dad the musical is a great idea.
Ghost,
Brian.
come on. Hey, kids, it's me, your Ghost Dad. All right now. Yep, that's it as far as I'm going.
Let's not make any more jokes off of that.
That's it. That is the joke.
I mean, the rest of it writes itself if you really wanted to continue on with that actor and character.
Now just let your brain make the rest of the jokes.
Us just talking about it is actually kind of unnerving for probably people at home. Like, are they going to say something?
Oh my goodness!
I don't want to talk about this. This isn't Steam Parrot Giraffe at all.
They're saying all sorts of things today.
Yep, there's the ketchup. And we released songs.
Where's the mustard?
Hey-oh! We probably already said this. We were talking about the last music video that would release last Bennettarium. So, yep, they're all out now.
What?
We have 4 music videos. Just pretend like it was, someone's like listening to them back to back, and then bam, 2 months went by.
Wow.
Yeah, so now we have 4 music videos in total.
So wait,
pretty well received,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Good stuff.
And now we don't even know what to say about them.
Now we'd like to mention some of our sponsors here. Do you ever, open a can with those pull tabs and you want to make soup, but it's a lot of work. So now there is a home kit that you can order that the soup is easier to get to.
Oh, wait.
It's called Soup at Home, and if you go to the website, you can enter the promo code David Brian Bunny Podcast Bennettarium.
So, wait, what's the product? How does it work?
Soup at home. You get
how's
soup. It's at home.
Does it just come in saran wrap or like?
It comes in a bag, an unsealed bag,
but it's
that
fresh.
they leave by your door.
I don't like bag soup.
Well,
Okay,
you will. If you want to do a trial, they got a 30-day.
Let's check out our other sponsor. Hold on, let me just see here. Do you like Coke but think it's a little dry? Well, I got the thing for you, Honey Bee. That's right, Honey Coke coming to you in 2020. Honey,
It's
up
just
to
a
Coke.
can full of bees.
Wait, don't forget our other sponsor, underwear. Underwear.
It's under what you're wearing.
You should get some. Get it.
If you're not wearing any, put some on. Also, our other sponsor, these cords that are attached.
We're real fresh and trying for the comedy today.
It's coming naturally, David.
I
It's
mean,
coming
I can tell.
naturally.
Well, this Bennettarium was all questions,
Yes.
but that's okay because we don't have much to talk about because we're real hard work on the album. You can see how hard we're working.
It's all we want to talk
Doing
about.
podcasts.
That's all we can talk about.
It's going well. We're doing a lot of good work, and
once Bunny figures out a way to get out of this iPad,
We'll get you out. I swear. Oh, no.
for those of you just joining us, like if you scroll to the end of the episode and you didn't hear the beginning of it because it's not live, Bunny is quarantined because she got sick.
Sick.
So we're just trying to not get the rest of us sick.
I'm very
So
sick.
if you want to send bag soup to Bunny, you can send it to 123 Bunny Street.
I need more bag soup, guys.
Pea
That
soup.
fresh soup will definitely will cure what ails you.
It's got that fresh soup smell.
It also has the smell from the bag because it's polyurethane. Dinosaurs.
I got nothing today, guys. I am like.
Luckily we
you're
have an
doing
extra
great,
long
buddy.
ending because we forgot the intro. Let me just roll away to get that guitar.
All right. In the meantime, I'm going to tell you about.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh. That was for the best because I had nothing.
So Bunny's gonna try to sing this, even though that's not gonna work because.
Sure, whatever.
The delay?
That sounds.
You mean
great.
it'll work perfectly?
Okay, here we go. 1, 2.
It's a podcast from Steam the Giraffe. It's the Bennettarium. Well, I'm really sick and I can't sing very well on the Bennettarium.
Oh boy!
Bennettarium. And you did it for us.
It's starting right now.
So hard.
Okay, now you do one.
So hard.
And Bunny will try to do harmonies.
Okay,
Oh my gosh.
that's fun as well. Okay.
1, 2. This is the ending now. 4.
It's a podcast from Steam Power Giraffe. It's the Bennettarium. Hot dog. We took a lot of questions and Bunny was stuck in the screen in the Bennettarium. Oh boy, the harmonies. Bennettarium. That's my favorite part.
The funny part is that Bunny's always like a few seconds
Just so
delayed.
but it's like the perfect amount of delay. Just to
It's not so much it's not so much that it sounds like you're sick. It's more the delay.
Yeah.
That's the funniest.
It's that I'm delayed, right? Yeah.
It's the best.
Good times. Hilarity ensues. Thanks, guys, for joining us for this very special episode of Bennettarium. We'll see you in a month or two.
We'll try not to be sick next time. Isn't that right, Bunny?
Stay tuned for March. We have a new episode of our podcast. Our
What's
other
that
podcast.
called? I can't even remember.
The
Robot
Giraffe Radio
Time.
Adventures.
Oh
We
yes.
actually posted a new episode. If you missed it this month, last month, so go check it out.
So yeah, that's the new thing I don't remember when we started. We probably announced it last Bennettarium, but we'll do it again. Yeah, every other month we do the Bennettarium, and then every other month that in between those we do the
Radio Adventure.
Radio Adventure.
All right, Benny.
Check it
Off
out.
screen high five.
I want a high five now too. I want a high five.
Don't do it.
The other way.
Yeah.
There you go.
I got 2 high fives. All right, bye, Benny.
Oh, I want one more.
Oh my god!
Just to make it even. Don't get Brian one. He already got that.
And as you want to, I'll just leave my hand here in case you want to. You know, it's up to you though. You don't have to. Yes.